Thumbs
It's all
up?
unscripted.
Thumbs up. Cool.
Wait, there was a script?
All right. Welcome to the VTuber panel. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. DragonCon is committed to helping community through raising funds and providing a dollar-to-dollar match of $125,000 for this year's charity, NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. You are not alone, no matter how let me try reading English. No matter how you have been affected by mental illness, please know you are welcome here. NAMI's Georgia goals advocate at the county, state, and national levels for non-discriminatory access to quality health care, housing, education, employment, and for people with mental illness. Educate the people about mental illness, work to eliminate the stigma of mental illness, and support individuals and families affected by mental illness. We have a QR code up here that you can come up and scan to help donate. And again, DragonCon will match dollar for dollar up to $125,000. So let's show them how generous the digital media is.
Make them spend more money.
Yeah, make DragonCon spend money
Yeah.
on mental health. All right, so with that said, I am Scott, aka Groove is for Life. I am not a VTuber, but I am joined by three wonderful VTubers here. And we're gonna talk about how to get started, what tools you need, and inspirations for VTubing. So let's go ahead and just go down the line. PB, we'll start with you and
Sure.
introduce yourselves and what do you do?
So I'm PB Undesirables. As far as inspiration, I just dress like this. So my VTuber was real big stretch in design. I actually used to have my hair dyed red on the top too, but you know, I miss it. Anyways, I primarily stream IRL pinball because I'm a crazy person. You should see what it takes. You missed out this panel earlier where we talked about it. I stream tarot readings, and occasionally I get lazy and stream a game like a normie. As far as like inspiration, it's just me, but like younger and thinner and a vampire. I mean, because I'm totally not actually a vampire. What? No. What else he asked in that?
That's good. That's good.
Oh, we did it. Okay.
Addie?
My name is Adiel Ashmadai. I am what I consider myself to be a purgatory type demon. All of my stuff is kind of based on more realistic type, demonist stuff. Purgatory meaning, I torture you with your greatest fears and guilts all your life, so. I usually do a lot of makeup streaming. I've kind of transitioned into doing like more horror-based indie games, supporting all of the indie creators and everything like that, and that's just kind of what I base it off of. I've been doing makeup for about 12 years, transitioned it into streaming and everything, and it's kind of my shtick now.
Hi, I'm Mom VT. My friends call me Mom Vermont, which is a running joke because I've never actually been to Vermont. You can call me Mom. I'm used to it. I am actually a mother of four, 16, 14, 6, and 2 now. He just had his birthday, so kind of seems like an easy character to do, And then on the industry side of it, I've actually, for 2.5 years, I worked for Astro Gaming and then Logitech, working with the influencers, the influencer manager. And so I also have some professional experience with what companies look for with branding and stuff like that. If you do want to try to do VTubing and streaming is more of a job than just a hobby, so yeah.
Okay, and the microphone is open and live, so if you have any questions, feel free to come up to the microphone and ask at any time. This panel is as much about us, about these guys talking about what they do and how they do it, and answering your questions.
Oh, I forgot something.
Go for it.
Lore-wise, PB is my adopted son.
And then, like, reality-wise, Adiel is basically my daughter.
Yeah.
So why VTubing?
So with me, it started out when, around COVID times is like when I really got into it more, because I just felt terrible. Like my lungs got scarred up pretty good, and I just didn't have the energy, and I felt like I looked terrible on stream. And I knew people who were VTubing, and I'm like, why don't I try that? Mom was actually one of the first VTubers that I knew, like someone who I, no offense, but I went, oh, well, if they can do it, how hard can it be? And,
Yeah.
And then you
So-
had to do it in hard mode.
right.
Oh yeah.
And so, so it just kind of started with me, like, because I would actually put my hawk up for stream and stuff, and I am saving so much money on hairspray now. Like, it's great. So it's just born, for me, it was born out of, I love playing with tech. I saw other people doing it. I thought it was a really kind of fun way to express yourself. And I felt like I could do it, and it didn't matter if I looked haggard, because you weren't going to see me. You were going to see the avatar.
A lot of the VTubing stuff for me started whenever because I normally was into content creation already. I started off on TikTok, was doing pretty good for a while. A lot of my content was makeup and based, just all of that. I started becoming more into VTubing when I saw other people doing it. I just strolled through Twitch one day, saw a bunch of people that were VTubing, and got really interested, and I was like, I don't have to show my face anymore? Waste makeup? That sounded great, but the concept of coming together with not only having some times where I don't have to show my face and being able to bring the artistic part into it, of looking like the character that I had designed for myself, was just something that meshed really well together as someone who likes to cosplay and do horror stuff and everything like that, which just worked out really well for me. So, getting more into it, I just kept going with it, and it just got more and more fun for me over time.
Mom?
Yeah, I came across a YouTube video of a VTuber talking about like how they got to partner in like 4 months or something, but they were talking about VTubing in the video, and I was just like, oh, VTubing, what is that? And I started looking into it. I started with 3D, I think
Yeah,
you did too,
I did
with
too.
Vroid
Vroid.
Studio, which, if you know anything about it, like you can make an avatar for free with Vroid Studio, which is awesome. And I put hundreds of hours into Vroid Studio, just like tweaking and learning how to do things with like the hair tool and stuff like that. And I just got so fascinated with the technology behind it and how cool it is that you basically are animating an avatar in real time. And it's fun.
You
know,
basically
do that.
get to be a Muppet.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. And you can be anything you want to be. And granted, yes, I know I chose mom. But
Right, you chose mom, I chose vampire, you chose demon. Wow,
Yeah.
we're really drifting from our archetypes.
Well, Mom actually started as a conversation with a couple friends in Discord as kind
Yeah.
of like a joke, and I happened to look on Twitch and I was like, wait, the name Mom VT is available. Snatch that up,
Snatch
you know?
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I had to snatch that immediately. And it was, so I don't have the best relationship with my parents, especially my mother. And it was one of those things where it's like, well, okay, I've been doing content since 2016. I had another channel, Scarberry, that I'd started on that, that's where I did most of my playing and stuff like that, and like learning how to be a VTuber. And talking with friends, this idea of Mom VT and actually like being able to kind of like present like a place where people can go where I can't be their actual mom, but I could be like a supportive figure, because I know I'm not the only person out there that doesn't have a mother that's supportive, and so that's where the idea was born, was basically it's like, oh, this is the way I can give back. And then people liked Mom better than Scarberry, so I stuck with Mom.
Okay, so for me, it's so weird hearing you talk. Your normal voice is Scarberry.
Yes, yes.
So you're not doing mom voice right now.
No.
Can you give us a demonstration of mom voice?
Well, no, I'm on the spot. It's just, I do like daily messages, and it's like, hold on, now I'm on the spot, so I'm like, how do I do it? But it's just a bit lower, and it's like how I talk to my toddler, like when I'm trying to get him to calm down. So
Bring
it's
the mic a little bit closer to you when you do that.
Just-
Is it this one or is it
that,
that one?
yeah.
It's like, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. This is Mom VT. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. I hope you're all hydrated. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're being safe, like that sort of thing.
And, I'm generally not my normal hysterical self, like all high pitched and stuff. It's more like I try to present just like calm character, and it's like, obviously people are very multifaceted, like there's more to a person than just that, but I like being that comforting space. So it's like people will come and just like listen and lurk, because like sometimes you just need someone to be like, oh hey, I had a test today, hey, I had a rough day at work, and they'll be like, oh my god, I'm really sorry, but like I'm sure you did great, that sort of stuff. And so it's it's just a lower
Yeah.
lower register. octave.
Meanwhile, I do tarot readings where I slap down the tower like I won a game of Uno. Where I'm like,
Does everyone know what that means,
Tower!
by the way? Okay. I'm just not sure. I've got to make sure everyone knows the tower means bad.
It's bad either direction. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, like, it's bad no matter what. It's like either bad or worse. That's just what it is. I do tarot too, just not on stream. So.
So we talked a bit about the inspiration for your models. Maybe talk about how you went about getting the models made and potential costs and things of that nature.
So I started with a program called Vroid, which really, anyone here, all of you, could go on YouTube, watch a tutorial for Vroid. 2 years ago when I did this panel, I speed ran making a model in Vroid in about 15 minutes. That was like a passable model. It's like the Elder Scroll character creator, but more advanced. That's about what it is. It's just got more sliders. So a 3D model made in Vroid is where I started out. It was free. It was fairly easy to do, and I was happy with it for a while. But then I wanted a character that was like what I actually wanted. So what you see now, this one I commissioned.
Same model parent, right?
What now?
Is it KK?
Yeah, KK did my model, or did my rigging, and Irvine did my what do you want to call it? The actual the art? Yeah,
The art,
the art. That was the word I was looking for. So this model all in was about $1,000. Which, if you see what it takes to make one, makes
So
sense.
maybe explain the art versus the rigging.
Sure. So what you see, like the image of me up there, is a collection of just PNG files that get stacked on top of each other, just layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. So our artist has to draw.
Hundreds, sometimes thousands of layers,
Yeah.
depending on the model.
So an artist has to go through and basically, like, every part of this model is its own layer. That's why the necklace can move independently of, like, the body. Like when I turn my hair, that's just a row of flat images, like that get presented forward. The vest of its own image. That's why you can see how like it slips around and stuff. So the artist has to draw like every possible thing on its own layer, and then the rigger goes through and basically maps that to a 3D surface so that it understands how to deform it when you move. It's an extremely tedious process.
It's a really long time. Yeah. that's
Addie,
a
your
ton
model?
of pieces. So, as far as cost for my model, I fortunately did not have to pay anything for
You
it.
were really hot and someone just gave it to you.
So,
Oh, really?
yeah, really. So, my
I hope he's watching this right now.
My
him to.
my PNG designer goes by 13 Sixes. He's an amazing artist. He actually completely did design that full PNG. It's as usual, like a normal VTuber, chopped up into tons of little pieces and animated all like individually, which was
Right.
a lot.
So, like the difference between our models, like my model is a VTube Studio model. What Adiel uses is just basically it's just a GIF animation, and she has one for not talking and one for talking. So whenever she talks, it just activates the talking version, swaps over to it, which is really helpful if you're not going to look at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, so when she does makeup, that way if she talks, the model moves. So it's not based upon tracking the person at all.
And what I use for the reactive on streams and everything is Fujitech. You can just upload tons and tons of different PNGs and different styles and everything like that with all different reactive images, and it'll play it through the stream itself. But
Your mom?
Geez, over the years I've used, like, I started with Vroid and did all of it myself. And so it's kind of like a cost per amount of time you put in. Like, if you have the time and don't want to spend the money, you can still do all of the same stuff that the people that shell out thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Even if you've never had experience with it, like, there are a billion tutorials out there on YouTube. You can learn how to do every single bit of it, every step of the way, if you would want to. Or you can pay someone else to do it. There are also pre-made models. For example, my model parent was my artist and rigger, KK all the way. And I hadn't heard from them in a long time, and I was just like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And they just said that they're going through some stuff. And so I just was like, well, are you okay with me, like, getting model work from someone else? And they said, sure, yeah, no, that's fine. And so I got a pre-made model that I just moved, so I'm on hiatus at the moment. When I come back to streaming, I'm going to be using a pre-made customizable model that has tons of options that I got for $58 US.
Okay.
So basically the exact same. Obviously there's limitations to it because, you know, whatever customizable options they have, that's all you have to work with. But you don't have to shell out thousands of dollars if you don't want to. You know, it's just there's a give and take of how much personalization, customization to it. But you don't need to have thousands of dollars to be a VTuber. You can start with a PNG. You can start with a picture. That
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Like, VTubing's expanded where it's not just virtual YouTuber anymore. There's a big umbrella where PNG tubers are included, like 3D and 2D, and customizable models have become actually very popular because there's some big artists that put out customizable models. One, Suika, put out one that was like $120, and she sold, I know in the first month she made like 50 grand from people buying this model. So like, a lot of people bought the same model and then customized it to make it different. So as far as, you know, how much cost you put into this, you put in as much as you want. You can start free. You can start with the $5 PNG. You can start with just a picture of that you commission from someone for $1,500, $200. You can buy
and if
customizable.
you're an artist, that could even possibly be
Absolutely.
a revenue.
If you learn how to, if you actually learn, the hard part with making a model is the cutting to layers. But once you kind of, and there's tutorials for that too. So once you learn all of that, like there are people that make their entire careers off of drawing model art for people, or they learn how to rig and they make a career, their paycheck each month is rigging models for people because there's a high demand for it. So,
And again, for everyone that's walked in, the mic is open for questions at any time. We're going to keep talking, but if you have a question, please come up to the mic and we'll you get a chance to ask your question. Looks like we got our first brave soul.
I'll break the seal. My question is, I'm actually a PNG tuber. Something for recommendation on list of free options. We use Picrew for our first ones to make sure we could actually do it.
Yep.
But my question is, because I'm in a niche, sometimes taboo, depending on how far you go into the niche category, how do you get people to engage? I know a lot of ours, this is like BL and Yowie. And,
It's you gotta be a lot more reactive with your voice. There's a lot. There was a PNG tuber that I knew of for a while that he was really popular just because he was so expressive and he was really good at conveying emotion even without being able to see his face. It's about the energy that you bring to the character itself that really sells it to everyone else. Like, you don't have to do much, but like just being in the moment with that character and giving a lot through it can do a lot for other people.
Yeah, it's basically like with a PNG tuber, because you're limited in the movements of it. It's going to be basically like voice acting. You have to be like a dynamic speaker to really convey to your audience like what you're thinking. When you say like engaged, do you mean like getting chat to?
Oh yeah, because we mostly started because we wanted to connect with other people because we realized we randomly found each other accidentally. Very accidentally. Like we got lucky, but we want more people to be able to talk to. Honestly.
If you're talking about like the grand scope of things of like how to get more people's eyes on your channel, is that it?
That works.
Okay.
At least it'll like get them to maybe hopefully talk to us someday.
Yeah. Well, okay. So if you're like, okay, well I've been putting in the work, I've been streaming, but like, you know, I don't have much of an audience, or like there's not a lot of people finding me. You have to do what is called the spaghetti method, basically. You throw everything to the wall. Like, you have to do every single social media.
Yeah.
Obviously, time constraints, but I would say if you're starting out, pick one or two.
Putting yourself out there
I
is
still refuse to call
very
it X. I hate that it rebranded to X. That's terrible branding. It's
Still
so
Twitter.
dumb.
It's a horrible,
Twitter.
It's
Thank
a horrible
you.
place.
But it's like if you only can pick two, I would say like uploading, just put any sort of post that shows your personality on a social media site, and then like post a clip on like YouTube Shorts, and like have that. But it's like the more other avenues you have to get eyes on that, it's usually a low return rate. It just always is. But building an audience on any other platform will also help you build an audience for your streaming as well.
Twitch is probably the least discoverable platform
worst.
ever made.
It's really bad.
Like people have been asking for like better tools for discoverability for smaller streamers for forever, and
It's just
then-
really difficult. You just got to keep pushing
And then
on
they
all
go,
your social media.
hey, here's a new way to package gifting subs, and we're like, that's not what we
No,
asked
that's
for.
not what we
Right.
wanted.
Twitch is so good about giving us things we didn't ask for.
You want to
As
get more
are
eyes
most
on your
platforms.
content,
As are most
you
platforms.
have
Let's
to
be honest.
spread out where your content is. And that's really the only way to do it, especially with niche stuff. My recommendation, if your stuff is actually really niche, is Reddit. Like obviously, there's rules against like self-advertisement, but if you check the rules, some of them will let you post clips. Some of them will just, like if you just talk about something you achieved on stream, like I don't know if you're like a speedrunner, obviously go to a speedrunner subreddit, stuff like that.
And
Reddit is underutilized. I
And
think.
there's something to be said for going, like, not to advertise in other people's streams, obviously.
Yes, do
But
not
go
do that.
and go and talk to other streamers.
I'll comment on their stuff to lead back.
Comment,
to
like,
Yeah, like if,
don't have the expectation that they're gonna
Yeah.
respond, but just go in, like, I met PB 2 years ago at Dragon Con, and we became friends because I started hanging out on his Twitch streams, and that's
I'm
how
so sorry.
Well, you're dealing with me, so I don't know
True.
who's worse here. And by that, I also, became friends with Addie. That's how you find your community.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean,
Especially with the niche
networking
stuff,
is
yeah.
huge, and like I hate the word, but it is
That's what it is.
networking. You just find people who are into the same niche you are. Make friends with them. See if there's something you can do. Like be like, hey, you want to do some collaboration? Like just the more you can interact with other people, it gives you someone to bounce your content off of, which makes things a lot easier. When you don't really have a chat to bounce off of. If you've got another streamer to bounce off of, then you've got that going. And then once you've got kind of that momentum, it's easier for someone to show up. It's very hard those first few viewers, because the only way to do it is for you to sit there and talk to yourself and act like you have an audience.
which is a skill in itself.
You
Right.
got to do it though.
Okay, I think I'm lucky then because we're a group, so
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
But
That's good.
that definitely makes sense. Thank you.
No
You're welcome.
problem.
Next one up.
Hello.
So, I have paralyzed vocal cords. And while I know ASMR is a thing for many people, I don't know if there's space for that in the VTubing area, because some days I can talk for 30 minutes, some days I can talk for 2 hours. I never know.
I think for
So-
any VTuber,
Go
it's
ahead.
possible for you to make a market out of anything. Like, if you want to make something your thing, you are more than capable of doing it.
I'll give you one big example, Zentrea.
Zentria.
Yeah.
She's never spoken on stream. She talks through a TTS system. And I know there's other, I think Bidronis is another one, who actually talks through it generates like musical notes, and then it translates the TTS onto the screen. So there are non-talking options out there.
That's not to say like you have to like do that, but it's like if you're like I can't talk anymore, I need to stop. Like there are options where it will just do it for you. There's text to speech. There's even I have a feeling that people like Zentria actually do like speech to text to speech.
Yeah.
As like another way to conceal their identity. So there are definitely options out there. And then as far as like ASMR is huge
Yeah.
with VTubers
Yeah,
anyway. It's a huge
And
category.
and
of
you can even
VTubers.
do, again, you could even just type on the screen if you want to, or once you start finding your community,
I really
they're
wish
very
I could do an
understanding about
example
what's
of that,
going
but
on.
I have seen people that they type and you can
Yeah,
read it
well,
on the screen. But
Like
for the life of me,
original
I can't think.
Zentrea was entirely typing
Was
it.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in like thought bubbles, like comic book style.
Thank you.
No
Yeah, of course.
problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What recommendations do you have for keeping your personal identifying information private while streaming or publishing content?
How scrubbed is your is your
internet
social
history.
profiles? A lot of people when they start VTubing, they'll make a brand new account, which is the easiest way to do it. Generally speaking, most people don't have to deal with weirdos. I haven't had any issues with stalkers personally, but I do have kids, so like I've had to be pretty super careful. about it because I have a 16-year-old daughter, so it's a matter of just being very aware of what you post always. Like even something like there are streamers that do IRL streams where they're walking down the street and like there happens to be a street sign behind them and their audience finds them that way.
Yeah.
So it's just like you just have to end up being hyper aware of like identifiers in the stuff you put out there. But for the most part, we're just like shit posting on the internet. Like there's not going to be something that's going to identify you.
And to be fair, this is kind of unusual for VTuber panels. Most VTubers don't want to show their faces.
Yeah, exactly.
This is partially why, like, we don't usually have VTubing panels at DragonCon, because it's hard to get VTubers to leave their houses.
Wow. We're all
Damn.
just 6 sat shut
Do you
in.
feel called out?
So, but that's also kind of the benefit of being a VTuber is you can have that animosity an anonymity, excuse me.
Yeah, no, that's totally
You can have animosity too if you want that. I mean,
that's part of their character. absolutely.
Anonymity. You can have the anonymity of not having to show your face on stream.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if you start fresh and you're just aware the entire time of what you're doing, you can stay entirely anonymous as a VTuber.
Make sure your connections are completely severed if you're wanting
Make
to
a new
keep
email
that
address.
separate. Yeah.
Connect everything, every social media account to that email address. Don't have anything that would be personal be sent to that email address. Because,
And
like,
be
if you
very-
get hacked or something, like you just want it to all be self-contained.
Be very careful about bringing any friends on who are not in that space.
Oh yeah, I don't tell anybody.
They
that
can
I'm BT, absolutely
Drop a
not.
name
They
by
don't-
mistake. Or drop information by mistake. So you have to,
If your friends know
you kind of
that.
have to run it solo to start out with until you find other people in that same space
Yeah, if I had a
that
friend
because
that's
there's kind of
like, hey,
unspoken.
Karen? And it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
My name's not Karen. I'm just saying. Like,
It's mom.
it's definitely Mom. Yeah, Mom Vermont. That's my government name.
Yeah, full government name.
My best recommendation on that is literally to start fresh from everything. And it might be frustrating to some people because it's like starting from zero is always incredibly hard. It's hard for everybody, but everybody's done it. Like, we all started from zero. That is the safest way to do it. But beyond that, like, there are some VTubers that will do some face cam stuff. If you're trying to completely stay anonymous, you can't
Right.
do that because our faces are out there. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, honestly, all 3 of us started as face campers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was on Mixer Facecam. It wasn't until I came to Twitch that I think I even started with VTubing at all. So, yeah, if you're trying to stay completely anonymous, you just have to be hyper vigilant and
But it is
Self-contained.
doable, which is
yeah,
different
absolutely.
from. I mean, it's like if you want an option where you can still be expressive. VTubing does have a pathway to being completely anonymous, yet still expressive. Where not using a cam at all is difficult. It's hard to get across the emotion without the little puppet, at a minimum talking.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're
No
welcome.
problem.
I don't want to leave you like a sip.
Mom
Go ahead.
YouTuber, I really love your channel. I had abusive parents growing up, so seeing your channel was like a breath of fresh air.
You get a little closer to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Question about, so I have a model that's like a 3D, it's a 3D, I'm sorry, I keep moving, I move when I talk, I'm sorry.
Most people do that. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I have a 3D model, and I mean, I was looking for what softwares are good to use for when you're doing 3D or not 3D modeling, but 3D VTubing that are not like so demanding, because I know a lot of them can be like a little demanding when you're doing that. So I was thinking, like, would it be better to have like a dual PC stream and have like the VTuber on one thing
If you
and
have
like
the ability
whatnot?
to do a dual PC streaming setup, like absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm jealous.
I started out with VC Face for
Yeah,
the
VC Face for
puppeting,
3D.
and I mean, yeah, it beats up your GPU. So, what game you play makes a big difference. Like if you're playing stuff that's just not that intensive, then your GPU can be busy doing the model, and it's not a big deal.
There are a ton of streamers actually, and even like top tier thousands of viewers, VTubers, that they even struggle with this. I think I was watching Olivia Monroe like a day or two ago, and she had to swap to just a picture because her PC couldn't handle the game, and So like that's really common. If it's something you're worried about, getting just a PNG tuber or even just an image of like an image PNG. So if you have to switch to it so that you don't have to stop stream or that you can like keep the technical difficulties taking up as little time
To a
as possible,
minimum.
that is completely valid to switch to and is actually really common. Dual PC setup, dude, I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
that would be,
that sounds
yeah,
crazy.
sounds awesome. But other than that, I think there's another problem people run into where I'm surprisingly tech illiterate. There's like whether you run it off of like your GPU or your CPU, and there are a lot of
Yeah.
people that will figure out that they're running it off the wrong thing. So that's also something to check into if it's really struggling. Is what it's taxing.
What the stream is running off of.
Yeah, which part of your computer it's taxing. So.
Like one of the things I've done when I took my model and just like made a video of it on a green screen of me just like moving and talking, and then turn that into a GIF, and then made another video of my model just breathing, and then made those like reactive images so it swap between them. So that way, if I'm playing a game where it just melts my GPU, I can swap over to that, those two sets of images set up as reactive images, like what you're seeing right now with Mom and Adiel. And that's pretty low intensity. That's just an OBS plugin called Reactive Image. And you just pick, the active image, the inactive image, and then you set a threshold for how loud do I have to be before it toggles to active.
Okay, thank you.
And also, for streaming, this is just from a pure streaming standpoint. The specs you need just to run just to have a streaming PC is not that high. You can run a stream off a laptop if the main PC is doing the work of the VTuber model and the gaming. You just need another PC to connect to the internet and just kind of process everything.
Yeah, the streaming PC doesn't have to be that powerful. The gaming PC has to be the beast.
Yeah. So it's not like you have to have like two really beastly PCs. You just need one really good PC and then another one that.
It could really just be like an old laptop or something.
Yeah.
So for VTubing, I know a lot of people use iPhone face tracking, but I do not sip the Apple Kool-Aid. Do you have any suggestions
See, I
for
respect the hell out of
cameras
that because I
and
only switch-
tracking
I
and
only
like
switch 'cause of my kids.
vBridger and all that stuff?
There is what is that program called where
So-
you just use the
What it's going to
camera?
show, right? So with what I'm using right now, my tracking is not bad, and I'm using an absolute trash webcam built into my laptop. Normally, I use an Elgato face cam. What makes a world of difference, if I can find it, is so this is the Google Media Pipe, which it does a pretty good job of tracking my face and getting the
Smile.
the smile. See. So yeah, and this is just pure, just running on the GPU, and I don't know if 3D models have access to Google Media Pipe, but it is a good alternative if you don't sip the Apple Kool-Aid, because I don't either.
God, I really wish I could remember what it was called. It's still in development, but it's available to use. I really wish I could remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. But I see it all over Twitter. They keep sharing updates where it is webcam based with 3D models, where it can even track like arm and leg movement. So like if you move back in your
I
room,
had one of those.
where it doesn't require sensors or anything. It's just your webcam. So
Yeah.
like there are people that are
Well, you had the MIDI
developing
sensor, right?
things
Yeah,
to
yeah,
fill
yeah.
that gap. It started with the Apple ones because of the Face ID camera.
Right.
Yeah, but obviously not everybody wants an Apple phone. I don't want an Apple phone, except my 16-year-old wanted an Apple phone. I want to be able to FaceTime her. So they're trying to fill that gap. Unfortunately, the not Google phones, but you know what I mean. Android phones haven't quite caught up yet, but they're trying to, and so I don't think it's going to be that much longer before programs like VTube Studio can be on that and work perfectly fine. But other than that, webcam can work perfectly fine, and there's a lot of development behind that as well. So like if you don't want to do Apple, totally fine. There are programs out there that will cover you, so you don't have to worry about it.
So the other thing I was going to show you is my model is rigged for hands.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right. So it's it doesn't work great with this camera, but it works. So like when I'm doing like tarot readings and stuff, like I'll say like, do you want pile 1, 2, or 3? And just having your model interact that way and move your fingers, I think it really helps with being the Muppet.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
I can reach out and I can pet Mom on the head. There you are. There. Here. Get out of here.
Hi. So this question is kind of applicable to general content creation as well. I know myself and a lot of people are in like a 9-to-5 job, and that is our primary source of income. And it's really hard to make money off of it, especially starting off. So what would be your recommendations for finding that time and space at the end of a long shift to be able to do content creation like this?
For me, it really comes down to just scheduling. Like to tell myself that I am going to stream this time at I'm going to stream every Monday, 6 p.m. to at least 8 p.m. And just having the idea of like I'm going to block out the time, that helps me. As far as monetary, I am not the person to talk to. I am a money-losing enterprise. I have to at some point just start lying on my taxes to tell them I did better, because they're not going to believe that a business could lose this much money.
There was a period of time for me where I was living with my ex and I was the only one that was working. So I would work from about 1 in the afternoon to 2 in the morning every single day and only have Mondays and Tuesdays off. If I had gotten off of work, that entire night was not dedicated to sleep. It was immediately going into content making. And that was the extra side money that I was making to end up paying for everything. It's more or less about how badly do you want that content to like make that money for you. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to put in the effort, even if you don't think that there's enough time. There's always enough time. It's just, are you willing to do it?
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I have a 2-year-old, so like, I'm on call 24/7. Like I don't get breaks. And actually, right now, part of the reason why I'm still in hiatus, even though I've moved, is that he will glomp onto me, and he does not want me at my computer. So like, my husband and I have talked, and we have to actually. It's good to socialize him anyway. So like, it's not just me being selfish, but like, I'm gonna have to put him in daycare 2 or 3 days a week if I even want to come back to streaming. So I understand that time constraint, and I don't even work 9 to 5. I'm a stay-at-home mom and still struggle with that, so I completely get it. I think that you need to just kind of be gentle with yourself on stuff like that. Sometimes, you'll be too tired to stream, and it's okay to be like, you know what, I can't stream today. I need to rest. And sometimes you had a plan, and you're like, oh yeah, I was going to try to speedrun Bloodborne today, and then you get home from work and you're like,
no, I'm not.
I don't have a brain cell to spare. Like, there's nothing left. I'm completely frazzled. And so it's okay to just to sit. And if you turn on your streaming setup and you just do chatting, even if that's not your regular thing. Like, you have to
Play cool math games.
you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
So like, whatever you can put into it, if it's a passion of yours, then it's worth putting time into it.
Exactly.
But burning yourself out is going to make you kind of resent the hobby. So like, you have to be gentle with yourself. You have to take care of yourself first, and then the streaming can come after, because otherwise it won't be fun.
Yeah.
And understand that, and just with content creation in general, it is a very tough, because everybody wants to do content creation now, because 1 or 2 people popped off and everyone's like, oh, I can make money doing this. Understand that takes a lot of time,
And luck.
and
Like,
luck,
luck.
and
luck,
a
yes.
lot of these,
Mostly
a lot
luck.
of these
Of talented
overnight
people that-
They were not
successes were doing it for 10 years before they had a viral moment.
Yeah.
It's literally, I think the best analogy is being in a band and thinking you're going to go sell out an arena on day one. You're not. I am at the level where I'm playing the dive bar and making enough money to mostly pay off my tab. And I'm pretty good with that. I'm perfectly happy with being able, playing the dive bar, having fun. People are enjoying what I'm doing, and I make a little side money to pay for the beer. And that's about where I'm at.
No, I appreciate that, because I have heard from other content creators previously that's like, to do anything you have to be like go, 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 go every day. I'm like, that doesn't sound
If-
sustainable.
No, not
It's
every
not
day.
sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, if your entire goal is to make money and to become popular, sure, put the time in.
Yeah.
But understand, like, that's a ton of work and that's a ton of stress, and it's easy to say that, you know, when you're looking back 3 years.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my content's a great example in this because
Mm-hmm.
I've been on hiatus. I haven't been able to sit down and stream. I think my last stream was July 1st. But something I started doing, and it's on all of my socials, I just do a daily message every single morning. It's unscripted. It's just like whatever's at the top of my head that day. And I'm sorry, I keep like,
You're fine.
but that's all I can do right now. And people seem to enjoy it, actually. I've gotten a lot of people that are like, oh, I look forward to your daily messages, stuff like that. So, like, if you only have time to stream Sunday afternoon and then the rest of the week you are just spent, stream Sunday afternoon. And then do that. Just, like, put out a message or, you know, just, tell a dad joke.
Yeah.
Like 3 times a week and post it to your socials or something like
And
that.
again-
Like, you don't have to put in a 6-hour stream to have valuable content. So it's like, it's just a matter of figuring out what you have the spoons for, what you have the energy for, and then work around that first, and then, you know, go from there. So like, you can only stream 1 day a week. Awesome, that's great.
Yeah, work with your schedule.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi. So this might come a little out of left field. I've only recently learned what VTubing even is. Y'all please don't come after me
You're
with
fine.
pitchforks.
That's what we're here
Neophyte.
for. That's the whole point of this
Thank
panel.
you.
That's the whole point of this panel.
But I am an artist, and having looked at this medium and even hearing about just tonight, y'all's experience with working with artists to create your avatars, I mean, immediately I see, and this might sound crazy, but an enormous opportunity for really bending the medium to make really wild performative animation.
Oh, yeah. It's
And-
out there. It's
okay, because
absolutely
that was
out
going to
there.
be my question: is
Yeah.
who is doing that? Is that something that already exists in this space? And I know that there seems to be this relationship with VTubing where it's kind of an extension of most of what you find on Twitch, right? Like gaming,
Yeah.
like streaming your just hobbies and life. But could it be something weirder?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
It can be a
Okay.
1,000
Yeah.
times weirder.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people who've really used it as animation, if
Okay,
that makes
cool.
sense.
Little girl. I was like, okay, sorry.
You're
So,
good.
like, think old late night Adult Swim.
Exactly,
Like, I've seen
yeah.
people doing that kind of thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, so they have like the interview show where they're a VTuber and they put somebody's head in the little TV off to the side.
Have you seen, I think it's like Alpine Snow Show or something?
Doesn't ring.
I think his name is Alpine Snow Show or something like that. I know it's Alpine something show.
I'll find it.
But his whole thing is, it looks like stop motion claymation.
Yeah. Oh,
All of
wow.
it. And like he has like different scenes and stuff like that. It's very, very cool. Like watching the stuff he kind of comes up with, and he'll tweet about his process and stuff like that.
There's one I remember. I can't name him off the head, but he develops a bunch of plugins for like OBS.
Yeah.
Where it like turns his stream into
Shindigs?
shindigs. That's what I'm thinking of. Where it, like he'll turn the stream into a talk show, or now he'll change it into a crime show, or
The horse racing game came out, and he made it where his chat members could race each other
yeah.
Oh, wow.
on his stream. So it's like
So-
people do like all sorts of really cool
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
And a lot of the VTubers out there compile other stuff. So
Yeah.
like especially some of the bigger ones, like we mentioned Zentrea, Iron Mouse, obviously, will take that and do music, or they'll do voice acting or what have you.
As far as like the art is concerned, one of the things that's kind of this like joke within the community is that 2D VTubing keeps trying to get more 3D looking, and 3D VTubing is trying its best to look more 2D. And
It
it's
is.
like,
Sense to me as an artist, I get it.
yeah. And so like there's really, really cool things happening in space. Like I've seen things in 2D, live 2D rigging where they'll have like they made like a teapot that rotates literally every single direction. It's like, why would you need a teapot that rotates
In the 2D
more
program,
than just this?
right.
But they did, and it's like it's really cool technology. It's really cool figuring out how they rigged it and stuff like that, or like how they glue everything so that it looks as lifelike as possible, even though you're looking at a two-dimensional stack of pictures.
Yeah, there's 2D models that can just lean all the way forward
Yeah,
and
they
then
lean
lean
at you.
all the way
Yeah.
back, and
Yeah.
it just looks like they're doing it.
Yeah, and like somewhat related is art style.
Right.
I've seen models that are done up like they're a Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of
Yes, wait,
stuff.
who is that?
I can't remember her name,
God, I
but
can't
yeah.
remember her name either.
Yeah, the teacups like piled up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's so good.
And I've seen people who do like the rubber hose animation, like, you know, think Disney in the 1920s.
Right, right, yeah.
And so it's like there is no limit to the like creativity you can have.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the community is pretty good about sharing what they know. So it's
Yeah.
one of those things like you have an idea, you can probably look around and reach out to people and like collaborate, like, you know, share brain cells on it.
For sure.
And people like figuring out new things to do. If nothing else, people like figuring it out because then they get to put it on their socials and they get more attention on their socials. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So, like-
mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the technology keeps changing and growing,
Yeah.
and the art keeps changing and growing. And what's popular today, in a month, there's going to be some new thing, and it's just it's really cool to watch everything transform the way it does. So like, you're only really limited by your imagination, and beyond that, it's just a matter of, you know, trying and
Finding the right programs.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying until you figure out how it works.
Yeah, and they're really the VTubing community in general does tend to be pretty open about how their stuff works.
Sure.
Like you don't get a lot of people who are like, no, I'm not going to tell you how I made my thing work.
Right,
And
right,
People are
yeah.
pretty open about it.
That's very cool. Thank you guys so much.
Works, no problem.
Yeah.
Hello.
So I was wondering if you guys had any advice on how to get a better vocal pattern going, because I find myself not being able to keep a conversation with myself going often, like when I'm doing solo streams and stuff. Sometimes I work with other people, and that's easy to back and forth with. But sometimes when I'm soloing, I get a lot of thoughts in my head, and I don't get it out as much as I should.
Practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no shortcut on that. It is a skill. Like, you have to develop the skill. Some people, obviously, it comes to them easier than others. Just like some people will, you know, pick up a pencil and they can be an artist a lot quicker than other people. That doesn't mean that you can't
Can't end
learn
up doing it
It's just-
eventually, yeah.
I started practicing like when I was like watching television by myself. Like, I mean, a little bit special circumstances, but when you're up at 3 a.m. with a newborn and you're bored out of your mind and exhausted, you're gonna turn on a TV show and start talking to it because like that's the only thing that's gonna keep you like awake. So like just finding little things to practice when you're driving in your car by yourself. Practice.
Narrate your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just talking about stuff you see, like react to the things around you. Obviously, there's a lot to react to in traffic because, you know, talk about an
Alternatively,
idiot and 2 lanes over and like, what are they doing, you know? So like, it's just, you have to put in the hours of practice.
and there's nothing stopping you from writing down like topic ideas
Yeah.
and having
list.
piece of paper with a list of topics or, you know, things that you want to talk about.
Fair enough, thank you.
Also, something that might not work for everybody, but it's a tip that I've seen before, is if you feel, because you feel alone in your room, and so it's like it feels awkward talking to yourself, putting a picture, like either tape it to the top of like your monitor or like, you know, your microphone or something, somewhere where you're gonna look, a picture of, you know, someone you care about, or just like your favorite character, or even just like, you know, some stock image group of people or something. Just that visual can help you where it's like you have something to talk to, even if it feels
Yeah.
a little bit goofy.
Googly eyes on your camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even kidding.
No,
Like, 'cause
literally,
it'll
like,
help
it
you
feels
make eye
silly, but-
contact as opposed to stare. Like,
Yeah.
if you're talking to chat, it gives you a manifestation of something to look at that is
Yep.
chat.
Okay,
More
thank you
than
very
just
much.
a red light, you know.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Absolutely.
So when you are on social media, how do you balance like yourself, you as the person versus yourself, you as the character that you're putting out? Like, especially when you're interacting with, you know, other VTubers and artists that you're trying to work with, do you talk to them as, hi, I'm my character, or is it like, hi, I'm just a person? Like, how do you balance that?
It's more usually the character that we try to play through a little bit more than actually ourselves, because, you know, it's keeping the difference between the actual person versus the one that we want to put on that we're comfortable with. A lot of the times I just refer to everyone as, you know, my sinners and all that other stuff, while I'm a demon and I'm trying to torture you in the most gruesome way possible with your own guilt. So it's so comforting for everybody in my chat.
It's a matter of branding. So it's like, if you want to take VTubing seriously, if you want to take content creation seriously and like build something from it, then you have to take your branding into account in everything you do on social media. If it's just a hobby and you're doing it for fun and you never have any intentions of like going beyond that, just be yourself. Try to make friends in the space.
That's
like,
what I do.
Yeah.
Living with this person, I can tell you the difference between the streaming version versus the
so
regular
different.
one is night and day. When he's streaming, he's so energetic, so loud, and then outside of that, it's the version of
I'm
Colin
so-
Robinson
so
from What We
tired.
Do in the Shadows.
So I am a mom. So me being a mom on my social media is not a far reach. Like it is a part of who I am. It's not all of me, but like it's not hard to tweet like a mom because I am one.
So would you say like you all kind of play almost enhanced versions of yourselves?
Basically, like,
Yeah.
like
pretty
you know, like I'm like anybody else. I can curse like a sailor. You know what I mean? But like on my socials, I don't curse, or if I do, it's a very there's a purpose behind it. You know, where other people like they don't care, and like you know, like lewd-tubers will be more lewd with their social media posts and stuff like that, more flirtatious. Where I'm obviously not going to be flirtatious because I am mom, monogamous, married with kids, like so it's a matter of like how serious about your branding you want to be when you're interacting with other people in space, because it's like if you're just looking for friends, you don't have to be serious about it. You can just be yourself, try to make friends in this space, connect with people that have things in common with you. If you're trying to be professional about it, you have to be professional in all aspects of it.
So just to expand just a tiny bit, so if you're like introducing yourself to another VTuber in your DMs, do you say, I am character name, or do you, or is it like they are character name? Like, do you speak about your character in third person or in first person?
First person.
Yeah, first person.
I will say though, like trying to make friends and stuff like that, using Twitter as an example, DMing people, a lot of times it just goes to
The spam, yeah.
yeah, the spam folder. And so it's like, if you want to make friends in that avenue, just start commenting on their stuff,
Yeah.
interacting with them. They post art, tell them how much you love their art. Like they post a selfie, be like, oh my god, you're beautiful, you know, like that kind of stuff. But like, obviously be authentic.
Yeah,
but, like,
right, genuine.
DMs usually falls into the void, but like actually interacting with people is how I've made
Yeah.
like the public interactions. Like people check their comments, and like that's how I've made probably 99% of the friends I've made through VTubing, is actually just interacting with their content, showing an interest in their content, and then they go like, oh, who is this person, you know? So I would recommend that avenue over DMs, just because I don't check the void DMs.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Of course.
Squirrel girl.
Hey. Sorry if I know I came in late, so I hope nobody asked this. But how important do you guys think it is to have like different costumes for your character?
Not
It
at all
depends
for
on
me.
you.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Having said that, I debuted my channel right before Halloween, so it's been a tradition for me that every single year my model gets a Halloween costume. Like the first year I was Velma, second year was Big Mama from Metal Gear. So like I just kind of made like it's so like I'd commission a new outfit that's a costume.
Okay.
It's not necessary. Like the people that will spend a couple $1,000s on their model, like it's very specific and particular. Like they have their perfect outfit for their model, and that's how they look every single time. Mine, and especially when I come back to streaming, I have a pre-made customizable model that I got for $58, and I'm gonna have as much fun with it as I can, doing different outfits and stuff like that. So it just depends on how much of a money sink it would be for you, or how much of a time sink it would be for you, and what you want.
Yeah.
I will say, branding wise, certain things with VTubers that will make you more recognizable is your silhouette. So like the outline, like if you just like your shadow, like being able to recognize that silhouette. And there are certain things that are just recognizable about your character. Like Iron Mouse, you recognize the pink and purple aesthetic.
Yeah.
Hatsune Miku, it's like the turquoise pigtails.
Yeah.
Always recognize that, and it's like they've even done diagrams of like, is this Hatsune Miku? No, this is not, because it's missing these elements. So it's like you have to make sure that you keep certain elements to it.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary to always keep it the exact same. Just kind of keep in mind how recognizable your character is if you're trying to like build something. If you're doing it as a hobby or just for fun,
It's whatever.
go ham.
Yeah.
I have
But,
a
like, is
Twilight
it-
model and stuff, so.
Okay. Like, is it a draw though for the audience? Do you think, or is it just like?
So there's usually excitement if you do like, oh, new outfit debut, new model debut, that sort of stuff. But like, you know, like mine, like if I change my sweater color, like no one cares. Like just whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So it just depends. Your model is just an extension of you. So whatever makes you happy as a content creator is more important than the model itself.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
So, I've been VTubing for like about 4 years now, but recently I've been feeling like my streams and stuff, just general content's been stagnated. Do you have any advice for like getting the groove back?
What do you do?
Yeah, do what excites you. Like
I mean,
that's
I've been playing games that I enjoy, but it still kind of feels like I've lost the
How
fire.
often do you branch out to other communities?
I try to get into other streams and stuff and comment and, you know, watch other games that I enjoy too.
Yeah.
But,
You
know,
just really, it takes time. You just got to keep at it. It's like we've said, it's a matter of luck a lot of the times. Like, nothing will happen overnight. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Because honestly, it sounds like you're doing the right things.
Yeah.
It's just, like, it's a slow moving process. And you just got to keep
slow
at
grind.
it. Yeah,
You may
it's a slow
also
grind.
you may also want to try something way out of like
Left
you know.
field for your
yeah.
content.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at
I don't know if that's necessarily necessary. I think like how much do you like post on socials?
At the moment, I don't post as much as I could, but that's because I work like 10-hour shifts a week.
So
But-
that's the great thing about the social media stuff is that
Yeah.
like there's free sites like Canva that you can like reformat a clip and post
Yeah.
it everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can repost clips. Like a clip that you really, really like, you can repost it 2 months later.
Use it
It's
multiple
fine.
times.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Anything, because you're just trying to draw
Yeah.
eyes to your content. So you can reuse posts. No one cares. It's fine. Like
I'm gonna repost that
Rand's-
Starberry clip every May 4th. You know the one.
yeah, I do.
I mean, there's a
The
clip
Jizz
of us
Whalers.
playing together
Sorry,
that
this-
keeps popping up.
Anyway, something else. If you're feeling stagnated, how like, so I don't think that it's necessary to collab with people, but sometimes like becoming involved with like new communities, reaching out to people, interacting with new people can kind of help like get that spark back. So like again, just like it's like commenting on people's social media and stuff like that, and like just kind of interacting with other people's stuff also gets you out there. And it also gets eyes on you and on your accounts and stuff like that. And so like it's not necessarily what you're doing. You can branch out in ways that's not like your bathroom break at work. You can comment on a couple posts.
Yeah.
So like it's. I feel like if you just do little things like that, even just like making a new friend can be absolutely everything you needed to feel re-energized with your content.
Find the spark, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, hello. Where would you recommend starting for content creation in general? Like, because considering that Twitch is such a big platform, it would probably take a ton of time to figure out where you want to start or how you even get found in the first place.
Well, what's the alternative? I mean,
Well, I would say as far as I would say just start.
yeah.
Like you start with whatever you've got and you can keep building on it. Like
I
you don't
will
have to wait
say-
until you have everything ready.
TikTok has become one of the fastest growing as far as people streaming on there, aside from Twitch. Because I'm also a content creator on there, and I can't tell you how many times I'll scroll through, and every other scroll is someone doing a live stream of them playing a video game or just doing something like that.
Right,
So
but the problem
not to
is
get
you have to-
political, but they keep threatening to take TikTok away. Just keep that in
Right.
mind.
Well, and to stream on TikTok, you have to have, what is it, 1,000?
You do actually, yeah. There are
Yeah.
limit,
At
there's
least 1,000.
a minimum.
I think Mom said it best. Like you just have to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we have this saying in pinball: The first step of being good at pinball is being terrible at pinball. So.
And that's content and creation
Yeah.
in general. Like and that's just life. Like to get good at something, you have to suck at it.
Yep. So just embrace the suck.
And
Yeah.
if you want to be a VTuber but you don't have a VTuber model yet, I usually recommend, like, because people will wait until like their debut day, that everything is ready and it's all rigged and they've got all of their assets ready and all that kind of stuff, and then that's their first day of streaming.
No.
Don't do that. Stream first. Get comfortable streaming.
Yeah.
Do all that first, because you get that practice in talking, all that kind of stuff that are the skills necessary to be successful. Don't wait until you have all of the concrete assets ready. Plus, like, if you want to have fun streaming now, just go ahead and do it, you know?
Yeah, just start off with like a picture. Just have a picture to start off with that, you know, get it reactive so it's dim when you're not talking and it lights up when you're talking.
Yeah, you can have the same image.
Right. That's like, I think that's where you start out, and you start to build your skills as a streamer, and then you decide, like, okay, I'm having fun with this. I'm willing to spend more money on this to get a better model, or whatever it is. But if you just try to jump right to the end state, you're risking, one, you're not actually going to enjoy it, and two, as somebody who hasn't done it, you don't even know what you want yet. Like, whatever you think it is, it's probably not that. It takes a while to kind of feel out
And also,
what you want to do.
And also give yourself room to evolve. Like maybe you start with video games, but that's kind of boring. But you find you like drawing, so maybe you start doing drawing or music or whatever.
As one VTuber character, and then they're like, this doesn't feel like me anymore, and they're like just complete opposite, something completely different later. Also, as far it's intimidating and daunting to start, but that's the same step that literally every single content creator has done. We've all started from 0 followers, 0 viewers.
Okay.
And so when you start with that mindset, it's like I feel like it makes you feel more connected to everybody else because we've all been there.
Yeah, and if you go the other route of I want everything perfect on my debut, you are setting yourself up.
There's stuff no matter what you do. You can be as prepared as anybody else, and there's something.
And you're going to feel terrible. You're going to feel so let down because you spent all this money and all this time, and it all fell apart because you're not an experienced streamer yet.
Right.
So.
Okay, one other question. With something like a PlayStation and a PC, would you think that actually could work for like the gaming on one side and the PC taking care of the other for like a streaming setup?
You just need a
like an HDMI
capture card.
Yeah.
A capture card.
Yep.
Yeah, there's tons of them, like just little USB dongles that.
And you can find them on Amazon or just whatever, but yeah, you just need a capture card to be able to capture a console.
Yep.
Of course.
All right, we got time for one more question.
Yep. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to know, since you guys all kind of started off just kind of doing like the regular streaming with your faces, do you guys kind of go back and forth between that and VTubing, or you kind of strictly do VTubing now?
Let's go down the row on this one because I think we all have different answers.
Right now, I strictly do VTubing. With the stress of moving and having kids and stuff like that, like I've actually put on quite a bit of weight. And while I preach body positivity, my mother, one of my value factors was how low that number was on the scale. So like I struggle with body dysmorphia quite a bit. So I'm not comfortable being on camera right now. Like I don't personally like the way I look actually right now at all. So VTubing is like it's kind of like a bomb for me because like I don't have to worry about how I look on stream. And so like I personally right now only do VTubing. Now if I can get over that and be more comfortable with myself, then that might change. But for now, I just strictly use my VTuber models because it's what I'm comfortable with on stream.
My content being makeup and such, I constantly switch back and forth from using my real face and actually just VTubing and everything. It's just the content that I make that I'm comfortable with. I've shown my face so many times before on the internet. I'm like, at this point, there's no way of scrubbing it. Because I used to, put myself out there a lot. And so it's just something that I'm completely used to. And I know, whenever it comes to showing off my makeup and everything like that and making that kind of content, it just makes me really happy because it's something I've been doing since I was about 12 years old, and the different styles that I like to do, like, you know, kind of gothic or glam or horror or anything like that, just do a lot for me.
With me, I started out face camming, and then I moved over to VTubing originally because of COVID woes, where basically, like, I just lost my stamina. I looked terrible standing in front of a pinball machine huffing, right, where it's just my lungs were, you know, shot. So going over to VTubing made that better. And then more recently, I like to say what I actually think, and it's wild. So I'll say political things, and I might work in a job where that's not a good idea. Yeah. So it's, you know, it's become a way to also shield the, you know, separate out my personal life from my work life, from my VTubing life.
Okay, so we got to wrap it up. These guys will be available for a little bit after the panel. Go ahead and tell us where they can find you.
Smart man.
Well, they take my card and then they show up in my room and say, "Where's Mom?" and I'll tell them.
So yeah, go ahead, let's wrap it up, guys. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you. Real quick.
If you want to look for me on basically any social media platform, it's either going to be MomVT or MomVT_, and that'll be me. So.
Anywhere you can find me is going to be Adiel Ashmedai VT as far as TikTok, Instagram, and everything like that goes.
PB_undesirables on Twitch. It's probably the best place to find me, and I got cards if you want them. They got pretty hard on them.
And if you're into anime and music, I'm playing a show tonight in Galleria 6 at 10 p.m.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for all the questions.